Hello everyone, welcome to my channel English by Nisa. So students, in today's video we are going to see the root word, prefixes and suffixes. So first of all, let's know why prefixes, suffixes and root words are helpful for us. So when you add some more words or letters in other words, so this brought many changes, like its grammar can be changed, and there may be some changes in their meaning, or there may be changes in your pronunciation. So now let's move further and see how these changes takes place by adding prefixes and suffixes to the root word. So first of all, let's know the meaning. What is a root word? So students, here the most words can be broken down into smaller units that have some meaning of their own, which means the smallest meaningful unit that form the main part of the word is called its root. For example, you can see here in the word enable, an which means not, and able which is acting as a root here, which means can be done. So by taking this root word, this is the root word, we can make several words because it's given meaning here. So it is the smallest meaningful unit, this able, which called a root word here. So by taking this root word able, we can make several words. For example, I made two words here by adding en, which is a prefix. By adding en to this able, we can make it enable, and by adding this, which is also a prefix, to this able, we can make it disable. So here students, many English words are formed by combining basic words with various prefixes and suffixes. So here a root word is a fundamental word to which affixes, which means prefixes and suffixes, are added to form a new word. So here you can see by this, with this root word we have added a suffix and we make a new word here. So, students, the origin of this root word is Greek and Latin. These root words, many words in the English, were borrowed from the Greek and Latin words. And here, students, it is important to know that some roots can be independent words by themselves, like we have seen the before, like able, which can give meaning, means can be done, but some not, like logi and chrono. This bio and graph which give independently meaning, but this logi and chrono doesn't give. So here, for example, root, which is a bio, which means life, and by adding this bio to graph, which gives a word biograph, the meaning of graph is to write something. So when we combine this biograph, so it's become write about a person's life, because bio means life and graph means write, so write about a person's life. Now again, if we combine this bio with logi, which means science or study, the meaning of logi is science or study something. So when we combine this biology, this becomes study of life. So now you can see here, by adding the some root words to another word, we can make several words or we can make a new word. But some root word doesn't stand independently, as I told you. So if you see the word reject here, which have two words in it, re, which means again, and this jeg, it is a Latin root word. It cannot stand independently. It need a prefix to make give clear meaning. So here, when we add this prefix to this word, this root word, it gives a complete meaning, which is a reject. So what you have understood by the root words? A root word is the simplest form of the word. It can have beginning and endings added to it. When we combine the root words with the beginning and ending, it creates a new words. So now we are going to look at the beginning and ending added to the root words. Like you can see in the word reheated, it is made up of three words, which is a re, which is a prefix, heat, which is a root word, and ed, which is a suffix. So now let us see what are prefix and suffix. We have seen the root word. Now let us see suffix, prefix and suffixes. So here, students, prefix is nothing but it is a word fragment added in front of a root word or any word. So like for example, bio, pre, and un. Like this pre-final, before final we say final, so this pre means before, and n and unusual also we say, ensure also we say. So this is the prefix. And sure, by add, it is a root word, sure is a root word. By adding this prefix to this sure, we can make a new word which is ensure. And by adding this prefix un to this sure, we can make a new word which means unsure. So it can change meanings as well, and it can change make a new word. So prefixes is a set of letters which is usually used in front of the word. As you can see here, this is the root word, and prefixes we have added before the word. So pre means before. This pre means before the root word. Now suffix is a word fragment added at the end of a root word like hood, less, ly, and ty. By adding these suffixes to a root word, we can make a new word like sure, which is a root word. By adding ly to it, we can make it another word like surely. Before we added en to it, which become ensure, but here the same root word we have taken, but we have added the suffix to it, not prefix, and it gives a different word. And this is the same word, root word is there, and we have added ty to it, which becomes surety. So now let's see this word. So in this word re is the beginning called prefix that attached to this root words to alter its meaning. So what is the meaning of this re here? So the meaning of re, which means again. So when we combine this re, which means again, to heat, it become heat again. Now let's look at the suffix, the end of the word. A suffix can change the parts of a speech or tense. That means the root word when added by ed, so that made them past tense. So here by adding ed to this word, that heat, this become a verb which is happened in the past. So now we know the word reheated, which means heated again in the past. So now students, each of these word part contribute meaning of a word. Knowing about root words, suffixes and prefixes can help you to determine the meaning of the unfamiliar word. We have seen how by adding one prefix and suffix to a root word we can make a different word, or we can how we can change its meaning or its grammar. Now, here a word can be made up of multiple prefixes, roots, and suffixes. Like, for example, beautifully. Here you can see this beauty, which is a root word. By adding two suffixes to it, we can make a new word. And transformation, here also trans, which is a root word, and by adding two suffixes to it, we can make a new word, which is called transformation. So students, this is all about the root words, prefixes and suffixes. I hope it would be helpful for you. So stay tuned for the more videos, and thanks for watching.